Hi there. This is Rihanna, right?
So this is day 2, or my day 2 of this film festival, of me trying to get myself there, because yesterday we didn't have, well, we did get there, but we went thinking we were going to go watch my film, which wasn't the case, but we're going to get it done today. And yeah, we're on our way now. Should be great, should be fun, and you'll be coming right along with us. See you there.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind.
Let's see.
Oh, key. Who got the key? Thank you. Yep. We prefer the key.
Why didn't we just go around the cul-de-sac?
Am I on the line, Randy?
Wow.
Pull up a little bit. Stop. Yeah. Perfect. There's Aiden. Hey. Give us 2 fingers. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Woo!
sound again tonight? Oh, the beautiful family.
I already said, but I'll say it again. Welcome to the 13th Annual Emerging Minds Cultural Film Festival of celebrating and recognizing our up-and-coming emerging artists and talent. The Emerging Minds is a production of the Charles Taylor Theatre and Media Arts Association, and we are so proud to be presenting these unique and rarely told stories. We also want to thank you for your continued support to our festival, emphasizing that we've been here for 13 years. I'm going to acknowledge our sponsors and partners. We could not do this work without them. Pier 21, Telefilm, Halifax Regional Municipality, Halifax Libraries, the Province of Nova Scotia, and the Black Cultural Centre. I'd like to acknowledge our board and founders, Tara Taylor and Shelley Fashion, both founders, myself, Victoria Snow, Caleb Borden, and let's say Taisha, but yeah, Taisha. Alrighty. TheEmergingLens.com. We have our performance, just getting ready here. Phaedra Gray, also known as Jupiter Rain, is Nova Scotia's next rising star in R&B. In October of 2022, she debuted her theatrical abilities and starred as the main character in the premiere of Love, Peace, and Hair Grease, which, if you don't know, was written and directed by Tara Taylor. All right, here's Phaedra Gray. Good evening, everybody.
Technical difficulties.
In a little tent, just like the river I've been running. I've gone to the movies. Those first two songs I chose are because Nova Scotia has like such a rich history that is not always acknowledged or talked about, and especially being in here, I'll admit, like, I don't usually come to the Black Culture Center, but I brought my son here and I'm looking around at like all the history that we have, and if it wasn't for all of this, we would not be here today. So I appreciate that, and I acknowledge my ancestors and everyone I came from. And yeah, and this next song is, it was my single off my debut EP, and it's called Don't Wanna. You come in some place, you came in so late. Don't wanna think about you, so don't waste my time with all of your lies. Don't wanna think about you.
And what the white people have, show their appreciation by keeping the place clean and doing the things the white people. That's my opinion.
I'm not serious. Or anything like in the States or anything.
Like America, it's like the bury it, like they did with children.
Looks like somebody I know. Looks like somebody I know.
I was supposed to be so much more. How did life get so hard? When did it become this constant catch-up game that seemed impossible to evade? I always tried to represent myself as someone who had it all together, even if really I was falling apart at the seams.
Everybody else just take it and run with it, just take it how they want to take it. On the inside, she make me feel like a king, but on the outside, she make me feel like I'm still a regular person. Being a citizen, I was still, as a black person, I would still have to worry about the police or someone. And make sure you leave that ball behind. I told you to leave that behind.
The reason I want to talk to Dad is because I really only had a relationship growing up with him at a young age. Like, so I only remember so much. We did what I could, reached out and tried to, rebuild, reconnect, figure out more about their father. I'm from North Preston. That's basically who I am.
So no more fudge sundaes then, huh?
Absolutely none. Listen, I called because the real estate agent mentioned some issues with the new owners.
Relax. She obviously doesn't want any trouble. She didn't want us calling the police.
A short Q&A with some filmmakers, and then after that, we're going to have a catered meal. So please join us and stay for that.
And now we're going to take a moment and have a dialogue with our filmmakers that are here, our local filmmakers. They would be Brandon Wright. Brandon, if you want to come to the stage. Brandon?
Yep, we're here.
Okay, and Shaquan. Okay, so hopefully some of the audience has a couple of questions.
I'm gonna be honest now, I'm not a big talker, but I will answer some questions.
Guys, let us know which film was yours.
Mine was What's Albert Up Against / Shaquan.
I had two pieces. One was myself in the mirror, and the second piece was, why do I forget the title of my motivational music.
And my piece was Glimpse.
What's your relationship like with your father now?
Honestly, now my dad like my best friend. It took a minute for us to get there, but it was me to make that happen. But it's pretty good. It got a lot better. You know, anytime I call, he's there. He calls and checks on me. You know, takes good care of me. But it's way better than before, and I know a lot more about him than before.
So, Chacon, how long have you had a relationship with your father?
Since I was born, it's just getting older is when I didn't know much about him. I had a relationship with him as a young man, but I don't remember too much from that though.
I have one. Brandon, can you explain what looking at myself in the mirror is it more of like depression or more of just thoughts? Because I feel like a lot of people can relate with the emotion.
So it's based on, I wrote a novel, and it's about the principal character coming to terms with their mental health that they're not really aware of. So it does deal with depression, it deals with borderline personality disorder, anxiety. There's a few things in there, and as you can see, that's part one, so you'll have a better explanation in part two.
You all, like it's not easy, and especially being a Black Nova Scotian, period, as male Nova Scotian, I'm just really proud of you. From one sister, Black female to a Black male, that I'm just very, very proud of you that you can so openly and bravely share your story. So please continue. And I'll just put a quick shameless plug. Shelley and I have a new organization that will be building a space for broadcast and more production in Preston, North Preston, Sherbrooke, and you'll see that in 2 years. So I expect to see Hollywood style continue to come out of you. When that's built, you'll have no more excuse when you can walk through those doors and continue to build. And So Baz Benjamin is also a part of that.
That's great.
Oh, Brandon, I got a stupid question because I haven't done anything with a camera in 11, 12 years. But your shots that were like overhead, did you use a drone?
Yeah, I do have a drone. I have a DJI drone.
I got a question for Mark. Where did your film, like, how'd you get the idea? Where did it all come from?
Yeah, that film was a labor of love. It took me 3 or 4 years to make. It started as part of a free film project with Sylvester Benjamin and in coordination with iMove and NASCAD. And then it had gotten lost and refound and rebuilt. And it really was just a juxtaposition of that old 1962 CBC interview that I saw growing up and was always just highly offended by. And so I wanted to see if in the 20-somethings, if the mindset of the average Haligonian was in a similar place in this, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd times, and this is right when they were starting to unearth a lot of the native babies from the residential schools and stuff. So it was a very tumultuous time to be asking these kind of questions, and I felt I was going to get a lot of safe, gilded answers, but I was surprised by the feedback that I got, and I thought that I compiled it to try to give people, because these guys do a really good job of pouring themselves out on those cameras. They really poured their guts into those films, and I thought that my film was more like a shotgun of what the average glimpse of Halifax would be like if you just came here and didn't know anybody. So that's what I tried to translate to the lens. I hope it came across.
Any other questions? We can take 2 more.
You guys enjoy them?
Okay.
What's next?
It's all an idea. I kind of want to do something similar, so based around my whole family and with my brothers and sisters, whoever I can get in contact with. But I kind of want to extend it and make it more of a movie type film, and also introduce my music into it with it. But yeah, it's just an idea.
show in music regularly, so I'll be making some more music. And I currently curate the content for 5 YouTube channels, so I'm constantly editing something.
Me and him just have to talk about it. My YouTube channel is whack. No, I work very closely with iMove Studios and the Inspire programs in Center Line, in the Union Square area. And I'm looking forward to creating more content. I'm personally working on a couple more short films and trying to push a couple full lengths around too. So we shoot mostly documentary and cultural type productions, but we're also looking to expand into the fiction world. We've been working on some bigger things. I might go union just to pay the bills, but either way, iMove is home, and so we're constantly creating. If anybody has any ideas or anything, we'll link up Sobaz Benjamin. That's the man.
Thank you, Mark. And on that note, I want to just recognize the OGs in the room. Hank White, Stone Cold Productions, Barney Williams.
I work with Hank.
Okay, thank you, Marty. And so there's Benjamin, which, Tara Taylor, of course, and
that was one of our last year's winners, Joe Dow.
Award-winning filmmaker. Like award-winning.
Pineapple Express is in the house too. Pineapple Express is in the house.
Pineapple Express with Taylor Ward as well. So it's so great to have and Brian, our tech. Oh,
Sorry.
he's also a filmmaker as well. You have a question?
Yeah, for the youth, wanting to get into filmmaking, especially the youth that don't have that opportunity, the ones that are at risk. What can you tell us? What can you tell them? To feed their dream.
Whatever story it is or whatever it is, just make it happen. Forget the idea, figure out the steps to do it, and don't let nothing stop you. Everything, it can all be beautiful. Everyone got their own story. It's just getting it out,
Yeah, I would agree with that. Just you gotta keep producing, keep working, keep reaching for those goals and those dreams that you know you can attain. Don't let anyone stop you. No one stop you.
I reflect all those statements there. My only piece of advice would really be to find the thing that is your vessel of creation that allows you to tell your story. For me, it used to be music and poetry, and then now it's evolved into the lens, and I had to, rethink my id to be able to describe things visually. And I feel like there's a lot of ways through the arts that people can express themselves therapeutically and aren't getting utilized like that. So a lot of people wind up wrestling through those mental issues and those self-struggles with feeling very isolated and alone. And I feel that the music and the films are a great way for people to share their expression and promote diversity and, promote knowledge and all power.
I want to thank the audience and for coming and supporting us. And now we're just going to have a nice
one more word to your show. Oh, red cap.
She called me out, so I gotta speak. No, I'm just gonna say, I think it's important for us all to understand that we all have pain and we all have stories, and I think each and every one of our stories can relate to somebody else. So for me, my film was called Finding a Way Out, and it was talking about depression and mental health. And as a black man, what are you crying for? Go to your room. Kids will be seen, not heard. Toughen up. Those are all stuff that that ingrained in my mind. So as a man growing up, I was just confused with my emotions. So that anger turned inward, and I just felt myself just in the wrong crowds. So my advice I would give the younger generation is, don't cling to that bad energy and like just realize it's okay to make yourself vulnerable sometimes, and to allow yourself to surround yourself with people that want to treat you like a king or a queen. You know, my daughter right now, that's the biggest thing I'm trying to teach her is like, you know, don't allow yourself to fall out with people. Have other people want to be around you. You know, make yourself feel like a queen and bring that energy to yourself, right? And so I think it's just important for a lot of younger kids just to understand that like it's okay not to really know your direction, but just to always look past what you're in now. I appreciate you guys' skills.
That's a wrap.
So recognize. These guys are out there broadcasting worldwide. That's all for you.
It's remarkably fashion. I just wanted to say it's the you guys of the world that allows us to have an outlet to be able to express ourselves, right? When the question came, you know, what I want to use them, like that's really it. Having places for them to go where they feel safe, where they can be creative and be amongst like-minded individuals and really be, you know, trying to pump up good vibes like they were saying, right? So we appreciate you guys too. So.
Now we're going to have a little celebratory reception with the filmmakers in honor of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Good job, Brandon. Good job. What do you think? You don't know. Would you recommend? What? Would you recommend any of the movies to anybody?
Yeah, we need to chat. We need to Right, exactly. So this is laughing exactly.
Back there.
There's pizza over there? Those boxes have pizza.
I went to tell you, but I'm like, oh, it's on my person. Good night now. Thanks for coming. How'd you like it, eh?
Good night.
Good night. Thank
Even if I'm just moving chairs, let me know.
Alright, get home safe, Shelly. Have a good night.
Thank you. Peace out.
Thank you.
Oh. You're the best.
Oh, his wife said, you didn't say that you were going to be in it.
Oh, they recognize that you were in it?
Yeah.
Your moment's so powerful because it's like when you hurt your family member and they cry and then you go like that. Just I'd be like, oh no, I hurt my mouth. I'm like, mom's a good actor because I'd be crying. But I'd be crying for looking sad.
The man, he said something, and I said, look, he always has a camera, so you just don't know.
You don't know what you're going to end up in.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for coming, Aiden.
Yeah, you have to hang with us more often.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have a good night.
Love you, babe.